Here's a deal you've been offered 100 times. A deal where the company makes more money, the less you ever get back from it. It's completely legal, and it's waiting at almost every checkout counter in the country. You buy a TV, $800, and right at the register, one more question. Do you want the protection plan? Just 120 more. It feels small, responsible even. But that little add-on is one of the most profitable things in the entire store, sometimes worth more to them than the TV it's protecting. And the company behind it gets paid more every single time you never use it. So how does a $100 add-on beat an $800 TV? Here's exactly how, and who gets your money. Strip away the name, and an extended warranty is just insurance with a friendlier label. You pay a little now, so someone else covers a repair later. But every insurance product has a number hiding behind it. How much of each dollar you pay actually comes back to you as claims. Good insurance, like the car coverage you're required to carry, pays back 60, 70 cents on the dollar. Extended warranties aim lower, closer to half. The rest never comes back as a repair. It becomes margin, and that's where it gets strange. On some products, the profit the store makes on that little plan runs 2 to 10 times what it makes on the TV itself. That's not illegal, and it isn't a glitch. It's the design, priced so that on average, the people who buy it pay more than they will ever get back. And you can see it in how little anyone actually uses these. Consumer Reports surveyed people who'd bought an extended warranty on their car. The median person got back nothing, zero. Here's how that happens. 55% never used it, not once. And even the ones who did, who had a real repair covered, the typical claims saved them about $800 against the $1,200 they'd already paid. A net loss. So, if you've ever bought one of these, the odds say you're in that 55%. The ones who paid around $1,200 to feel careful and never made a single claim. You did the math for a company that had already done it first. That's the machine in one line. Most people pay. Most people never claim. And the gap is the business. So, where does your $120 actually go? Almost never to the store's own repair counter, because the store usually isn't even the one on the hook. Behind almost every protection plan is a company you've probably never heard of. Names like Assurant, Assurion, Square Trade. They carry the actual risk. The store is just the salesman, and the salesman keeps a big cut. Retailers commonly hold onto 40 to 60% of the plan's price as commission. Pure profit. Booked the second you say yes, before a single repair is ever made. But here's the part that tells you everything. Read Best Buy's own filings, and it's right there. On top of the commission, the store gets something called profit sharing. Extra payments that go up when the plan pays out less. In plain English, the store earns a bonus the fewer claims you make. Sit with that for a second. The company that sold you protection gets paid more when you never use it. You're not really buying a repair. You're buying the chance you might need one, and you're betting against yourself, with the house on both sides of the bet. And this is not some small side business. Extended warranties are more than a $50 billion a year industry in the US. Back in 2005, the last year Best Buy actually broke it out in its filings. About a third of the company's entire profit came not from TVs or laptops or phones, but from selling these plans. They didn't stop making that money. They just stopped showing it to you on its own line. Now, most of this is legal, and it's disclosed. The store version is a bad deal, not a crime, but there's a version that crossed the line, and you've almost certainly gotten the call. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. A recorded voice, a fake deadline. Your coverage is about to expire. That's the same product, weaponized into an outright scam. The FTC has chased these operations for over a decade, banning them from telemarketing, clawing back millions. As recently as 2023, it hit an operation called American Vehicle Protection with a lifetime ban for exactly this, scaring people into warranties that were nothing like what was promised. Same product name, same fear that you're about to be left unprotected, just pushed until it broke the law. Now, back at the register, nobody is breaking the law. And to be fair, there are times a plan really does make sense. A device that fails often, a repair that would cost more than the thing itself. Sometimes the peace of mind is worth it, and that's your call to make. But the plan isn't priced for those cases. It's priced for the crowd, and it catches the careful people, the ones who think buying protection is just the responsible thing to do. That little flinch at the register when saying no feels reckless. That flinch is the entire business model. So the next time it asks, "Do you want a protection plan?" you'll hear the real question underneath. It's this: do you want to place a bet that most people lose with a company that wins more every time you don't use it? It's the same machine as the gift card you never spent and the subscription you forgot to cancel. They all make the most when you use them the least. That little add-on at the register, nearly half of it gone the second you say yes. That's who gets your money. Be honest. How many protection plans have you bought and never used? Not even once. Drop the number below. And if you've ever sold these from behind a register, tell us how that bonus really worked. Next time, the screen that spins around at the counter and asks you to tip before anyone's lifted a finger to serve you, and why that little spin is worth billions.